Hi everyone, Regan the Vegan here, loving holistic natural living and so excited to share it with you today. I'm here at my mom's house in China after graduation. This June I celebrated 4 magical, successful, stressful, purpose-driven years at an Ivy League institution, and now I'm here. For the first time this fall, I'm not going to be back to school shopping and prepping for the school year. I'm going to be moving into my adult apartment in the real world in Manhattan. But before I go, I wanted to leave you, the World Wide Web, with this: a success manifesto for students by a student using essential oils. Now I know it might sound crazy, but hear me out. Worst case scenario, you listen to 5 minutes of this loony oil girl talking about her life. Best case scenario, you get inspired, you do your research, you get hooked, and you allow the oils to change your life physically, spiritually, emotionally, and even financially. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Start with some softball. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm just hoping that this might be helpful for some mom out there who's trying to help their kids thrive in school and is looking for new options, or for a student who kind of knows about essential oils but really has no idea where to begin. And maybe it's for someone who actually has a serious health concern, mental health or physical health, who's pretty much at their wits' end looking for an answer or for a solution. Hey, it can't hurt. It's just plants. And why should you trust me? Well, I've tried it. I've been there. I've done the research. But you shouldn't just take my word for it. I really encourage you to research it for yourself, to try things for yourself. But I will say, I am an academic, and we are bred to be skeptics. And you can thank the hallowed halls of the Ivy League for that one. Anyway, through late nights, common cold, hangovers, sorry mom, heartaches, deadlines, and the occasional adventure to the gym, I really couldn't have done it without my essential oils. And I know when you hear the words natural solutions or essential oils or homeopathy, your brain usually jumps to one of two things: hippies or middle-aged mothers. And to be honest, I was pretty skeptical as well when my mom sent me this care package full of oils that I had no idea what to do with. Oh man. But ever the curious student, read nerd, I decided to do my own research to figure out what this fad was all about and see if it had any credit. Needless to say, I went down the rabbit hole researching chemical compounds and body detoxes and essential oil composition. The internet is a scary place, my friends, and the number of hours that I spent in my dorm room blending rollerball blends instead of doing my political science research is honestly pretty scary. But anyway, I was hooked. And that's why I'm here today, starting this mini-series. So hopefully you can learn something here or share with me your journey. And again, it can't hurt. It's just plants. So before I start talking about the specific oils that I used on a day-to-day basis as a college student, I do want to nerd out on you for a little bit, if that's okay, because I do think it's super important to understand the science and to understand why these might work, and more importantly, why they might be a better alternative than whatever you can buy at the drugstore around the corner for $9.99. So the difference between an essential oil and that synthetic drug, even though they're both created from plants more often than not, is that the drug companies will take a single compound out of the plant called an isolate, and they will usually give you a super high dose of that one compound, whereas an essential oil is composed of hundreds of compounds that all work together, including that one compound that was the isolate that was intended to cure that bacteria or cure that virus. So it's much safer and easier for your body to process all of these compounds when we're working together at a lower dose, and your body can process these at a cellular level. I know I'm nerding out on you a little bit, but it's totally fascinating to me. I mean, think about it. Our bodies are composed of natural compounds, the same chemical building blocks that are in plants. And an essential oil, when done right and when it's pure, is really just a super potent extract of a natural substance. Nothing added, nothing taken away, just pure nature-given goodness. So it just makes sense. Nature was perfectly created to cleanse and nourish and support us. And it wasn't until we started to morph that process into unrecognizable man-made products that we began to suffer from so many of the diseases that ail us today. Think autoimmune disease. That doesn't even make sense. But I don't want to bash modern medicine, the miracle of modern medicine. I just do think that we're starting to overprescribe, and we're neglecting to assign blame where it's due. Sometimes we're sick because of those quick fix cures and the solutions that we so readily rely on. You know what I'm talking about. And in the meantime, we're releasing harmful chemicals and toxins that are making us sick in the first place and killing our planet. So it's just no good. I'm not asking you to go into your medicine cabinet, dump the whole thing out, and get rid of all of the pills, although that is honestly what I did and what my family has done. I do just think that you could try, if you can, to have a little bit more of an open mind when it comes to natural solutions. The essential oils have been used by civilizations for thousands and thousands of years. Why would they stop working now? Granted, the Aztecs couldn't remove cancerous tumors through invasive surgery, and they did have super short lifespans. But you could consider not using that really hardcore prescription drug for your sore throat, or for your muscle pain, or for your insomnia. There's definitely a natural solution for that, and your body will thank you for sparing it the toxins. So just for fun, here's a little oil science tidbit for you. The emotional center of our brain is directly connected to the olfactory epithelium inside of our nose, and it's a highly sensitive nerve bulb that transmits the effect of a certain scent instantly to the brain. The extent of the emotional benefits of essential oils haven't even really been researched enough yet, but what we do know is that when you inhale a mood-boosting scent, it can change your brain chemistry within seconds. And when breathed in, the odor molecules will stimulate smell receptors in the nose, called olfactory cells, and send chemical messages through the nerves to the brain's amygdala, which is where we process emotions and moods. And the olfactory system is also closely tied to the limbic system, which controls our long-term memory, which is why sometimes if you smell a really specific familiar smell, it'll bring back an old memory from the recesses of your brain that you haven't thought about in years. It's because our olfactory system and our memory are so intrinsically tied. Isn't that super interesting? So it's no wonder that the oils can have such an intense emotional potency. That part of your brain is also responsible for processing and storing and releasing emotional trauma. Super interesting stuff. There's a lot of research out there too, so I really encourage you, if you have time, dive in, go down the rabbit hole. It's pretty fun down there. Anyway, scent has an instant effect on brain activity, and you can see those through electroencephalograms. That is a hard word that I learned online, and I actually don't know how to pronounce it. But basically, they just measure brain chemistry after people inhale certain smells, and you can literally see parts of your brain light up. It's super fascinating. And this guy, Dr. Bachbauer, who's a professor of pharmaceutical chemistry, actually was quoted in saying that inhaling an essential oil it gives you an effect as fast as an intravenous injection. So that's pretty crazy. And I've found in my life that oils can be as stimulating, if not more, than that one more super caffeinated energy drink, which was a really bad habit that my friends and I picked up before we realized that essential oils were a super valid and awesome alternative. But anyway, that's me, earth-loving nerd to my core. So if there are any fellow health nut homies out there who like this video, just hit subscribe. I'll send more. Let me know that you're loving it. And if you have questions, if you totally disagree and want to spark a heated debate, hit me up. I think we're going to be good friends. But until then, see you next time.